I don't drink soda.
Medals for freedom and technology. So hats off to Grace, because she's legendary.
Who the hell is Grace? What is that?
Computer.
Are you rapping?
Did you just rap, computer?
This is the only device. There are no other devices or contacts to drop it on.
Oh, he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
He said, I can't drop it on anyone.
Wow.
Bottom navigation.
So
Computer.
apparently,
Stop.
I don't know. I mean, he's been hanging around us a while now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we both have historically been known to rap
Yeah.
here and there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I guess he's just
he's
picking
taking
up.
after us.
Yeah. Becoming one of the crew, computer.
Yeah, it's like, the artificial intelligence, it
They adapt.
learns. Yep.
Mhm.
It just continues. And pretty soon he's going to be doing things that are atrocious.
Yeah, it's
and,
scary.
I mean,
It's a slippery
crimes
slope.
against humanity, quite literally.
Welcome to the Natural Habitat Podcast. I'm Mikey Booyah.
I'm Awesome Ty, and this is what's your rap name, computer?
You have to say his name first.
Computer, what is your rap name?
Here is a rapper, Nicola Cruz.
Nicola Cruz
okay.
is his rap
That's
name.
tight.
All right.
That's tight.
Yeah.
I fuck with that.
Nicola Cruz. That's not bad. So yeah, it makes me think of, I watched the MetaQuest gaming convention the other day. They went live on 420 and they premiered a bunch of trailers for upcoming games. One of which was the Ghostbusters VR trailer.
Yeah.
Which looks lit, and that's multiplayer too. So you should get that,
shit.
and we can hunt ghosts together.
Yep, do some busting.
But
Busting makes me feel good.
yeah, there's nothing like busting. Does that work?
No, because busting makes me feel good is a line from the theme song.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but so is nothing like busting.
No,
That's in the theme song too.
it's not in there. Computer, play the Ghostbusters theme.
Ghostbusters theme by Elmer Bernstein from Spotify.
Elmer Bernstein.
Computer, play the Ghostbusters theme by Ray Parker.
Ghostbusters by Ray Parker Jr.
There
from
it is.
Spotify.
Computer, stop. We can't play that. Computer, what are the lyrics to Ghostbusters? He doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
They're also copywritten, I guess.
True.
But anyway, I was watching the MetaQuest gaming convention, and the lady that was hosting it, she said something that was strange. She was talking about how VR headsets are going to be the way that we connect and interact and do all these things in life. Like, you could really like run a lot of automated machines on it from home. You could work from home. You could do therapy visits in person. Like, there's a lot of different things you could do. And she was like, but that's going to take 5 to 10 years for everything to be in its full form. But for now we have games. And she like pointed to the screen all like, we're going to give you games to like get you interested and distracted, but this is going to be running everything VR.
Yeah, they're gonna like permanently attach these VR headsets onto us.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're no longer gonna have much of a top half of our head. It's just gonna be these massive
Google's
helmets.
Google made a contact lens that's like an AR, augmented reality.
Something like inconveniently sized. That's just deliberately sized to like so where you can barely even keep your head up anymore. Like it's a struggle. It's going to be real bad on people's necks in the long run, but it's for the benefit of technology.
Yeah.
Is what
That's
I'm
why you get
picturing.
the elite strap.
Like almost like a juggernaut style helmet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Too much. And I don't know if you ever played any of the Half-Life games, but they had those like face hugger monsters, which I guess
isn't it like a predator thing too, like the
is that like mask
like
thing.
Or
Looks
like
like
the
a little-
alien that like leeches onto your face.
Oh yeah, that's from Alien, right? It grabs onto your face.
The face hugger.
Yeah, the face hugger.
Yeah.
And it's like that, only instead of the alien being like a fleshy thing, it's technology.
Right.
Because technology is the alien, man.
Yeah.
You know? Human beings are the sex organs of the machine world, or whatever.
That's deep, man.
Whatever Duncan Trussell says.
Yeah.
So we got some, I mean, depending on how you frame it, bad news.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's news to me. Like I've felt this day was coming probably for a long time based on some of the things that we've said. But so I mean, should we just like come outright and explain like the entirety of it, or like how do we put this in perspective here? So
we got in our email, we got a cease and desist letter from Dollar Tree.
From Dollar Tree Corporate.
From Dollar Tree Corporate.
So yeah, so we should just basically say that we've been doing this bit.
We got to come clean.
Like like Dollar Tree sponsors us, and so it turns out you cannot say that.
This is the deal. We don't have a sponsor right now,
and we've misrepresented ourselves.
We wanted a sponsor. We wanted someone that was reputable, that people knew, someone that made us look legit.
Plus, I mean, we're always in Dollar Tree all the time, and
influencers do it all the time. Like a girl on Instagram will just like buy some makeup and be like, "Oh,
fake it till you make it." And we thought it would be cute. Like we thought, if anything, someone from Dollar Tree is going to see this and then actually sponsor the podcast, or it's going to be like some sort of corporate synergy there, and
they're going to appreciate all the free press and stuff.
I mean, that's not the case.
No.
And they're actually quite litigious, and they've taken their legal time. They've taken the time to sick their legal team on us with this cease and desist letter, which you got to figure. I mean, how much do attorneys get paid per hour?
Well, I think they're like on retainer, right?
Still, but I mean, if you break it down, like there's got to be like an hourly wage, and whatever that is, Dollar Tree basically paid some attorney to send us this letter.
It's not $1.25, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like the business that you're losing by doing this to us, Dollar Tree, like it's not worth this. You're fighting a battle that I don't know if you can.
Yeah. It reminds me of the age old what's the show? It's like Pawn Stars, but it's not. It's like another pawn show, like Hardcore Pawn. And the guy has like a Hulk Hogan haircut. He's like bald with long blonde.
Yeah.
And he's like, you could have like kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, there's the famous episode. What?
I don't know.
There's a famous episode where a guy goes in there and he's going to get his item back that he pawned, and he doesn't have his receipt. So if you don't have your receipt, you have to pay $1 charge. Sure. And he doesn't want to pay the $1. He's already paying $77. Everybody remembers this scene. And
classic TV.
He goes, "Hey, that's the policy." Hulk Hogan's like, "You gotta pay the $1." And then he's like, "You're really gonna lose a customer over $1?" And this is a beautiful metaphor for this Dollar Tree story. Right. Yeah, you're really going to lose a customer over $1?
Exactly. As much money as we both spend over a lifetime, like what is your end game?
And this is what Hulk Hogan did, the pawn shop owner. He got $1 from the register, gave it to the guy, and said, "Here's the $1. Next time, if you don't have your receipt, you're paying for it." He reached out a olive branch to this guy. Like we expected Dollar Tree to do to us, but instead we got
kicked while we were already down. No, maybe not already down, but I felt more like stabbed in the back is the better way to describe it. Because I mean, we've been gassing up Dollar Tree. Like, granted, it's not like an actual sponsorship or anything legitimate, but we've mostly been complimentary of Dollar Tree. Even when they raised their prices, I mean, it's not like we were just like being like, "Fuck this place." We've still gone there to buy props for the show.
We tell everybody to go there. We talk about how great it is. We even were on board when they raised the price to $1.25 after they signed us on, they didn't sign us on for any sort of sponsorship.
I mean, it was all a bit.
But we decided to do it before they raised the price. And then they raised the price and we stuck by them.
So, I mean, like a cease and desist letter, I mean, it seems a little bit extreme because we're definitely not making any money off of Dollar Tree. If anything, we're losing money because of Dollar Tree because of their low prices. But you know what? I'm not gonna call them low prices anymore. I mean, they are what they are. They're still very good prices, but it's just like, I want to love this store. And it's just causing me so much heartbreak, man, really.
Yeah, it really is. So we we've been having not only this dilemma, but another dilemma on the show recently, which is that we were looking for a new enemy.
Villain, well,
Remember?
clearly we've found the villain now. It's Dollar Tree and this clown leading up the company, because I feel like
I was going to do like a big build up to that. You took the wind out of it. You took the wind out of my build up.
My goodness.
I had a whole build up, and I had a bunch of metaphors stacked up and everything.
We can backtrack.
We've been looking for a villain, right?
Yeah.
What about this? What about this
Dollar
guy?
Tree?
Yeah, Dollar Tree. Yeah. No, but for real, this guy, the CEO, Michael Watinsky, he signed this cease and desist that we got.
Yeah.
So you want us to stop talking about how you're our sponsor? Fine. We'll do that. Because we would never be involved with a company that allegedly does we've heard some nefarious things.
Yeah, and this all dates back to whatever it was last fall when the beloved Dollar Tree CEO retired to spend time with his grandkids and embrace his legacy as a hero for
just be a beautiful guy.
And this guy, like he was he's got like a Gary Sinise look to him, just kind of a slimy, not to be trusted type of.
Yeah.
He looks like he would play like the villain in like a shitty movie.
Yeah, absolutely. He also looks kind of like greasy even in this event.
Yeah, he just looks very untrustworthy. And you can tell because, one of the first major changes under his regime, I guess, is what you would call it, in lack of better terms, this regime of his was to increase the prices of a place called Dollar Tree. Who had that bright idea?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
He did.
Find other ways, install some self-checkouts and let people fucking, cut some employees, fire some people if you have to. Don't raise the prices. Don't raise the prices, man. Even give us even smaller packages. You know what I mean? Like, fucking.
I think that
instead of giving us 2 ounces, give us 1 ounce, but keep the prices $1, man.
I think
it's
that
fucking
you
Dollar
should.
Tree.
You should
Watinsky.
You should be able to earn coupons for items and for your purchases that day if you help like stock things.
Yeah,
I think they put boxes next to the shelf.
Like, you can do like one of those things where like, if you don't enter a phone number, you don't get like the extra 25 cents off.
Yeah.
So some people, like if they don't want to bother with all that,
stacks up too.
You know what I mean? Or like, but this guy just all he could think of was with his black heart.
Now, what I wonder if this is something that grocery workers do. Like, okay, you're working at a cash register at a grocery store, right? Put yourself there. Are you there? Wait, actually, let's do a reality shift. Okay. So we'll go into our liminal space, which is the, what's it called? The temporary spot in between.
Are we going back to that whole
the stairway
with the previous episode?
Well, no, we're just gonna
reality.
We're just gonna shift real quick. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember either. But we just answered all that guy's questions about it
or something.
I thought it was a staircase.
Oh, I'm thinking of Bill and Ted.
Either way, we'll just cut in the other one, but then we'll put the voiceover on our outfits today, and then we'll say that we shifted there. Okay. So here we are. We're working at a grocery store. You have some rich lady come through. She buys $400 worth of groceries. Half of these things are, buy one, get one. You got $1 off if you're a store member, right?
You got 5 items for $5.
And you go, hey, you want to put in a phone number? And she says no. And you go, okay, cool. Charge it, run it through, charge it to the game, run it through. Then after she leaves, when no one's looking, okay, this is when nobody's looking. Not even the camera above you.
Not even Jeff.
You lean over to get a drink of your
what
drink.
If Jeff turns right when you're doing it though? Jeff catches you.
Ask him a question about something he cares about. That immediately makes people drop their defenses and they forget whatever you're doing and they start talking about themselves. People love talking about themselves, dude. So that's a failsafe. You go back. You refund the order. Run it again. You suspend it, right? This makes sense. Like you would suspend it. Yeah. You'd refund it, you'd suspend it. Then you would run it again with a phone number. Not your phone number, but somebody else's phone number. Anybody's phone number. You get the $200 off. Now it's a $200 grocery bill. You pay with the $200 cash. You take the extra $200 that she wouldn't have paid.
Oh, this is a cash transaction. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cash transaction for sure. Actually, and even if it was card, you might be able to give the change back as cash somehow and still have your drawer even out. You know what I mean?
You're just like doing this complex scheme and expecting your customer to like wait patiently. You're just like, let me figure out a way to pocket this extra money. Just bear with me here while I
I knew this guy that worked at a pizza place, and he was supposed to go hand out a bunch of 25% off coupons, and instead he just put them in the glove box of his car. And then every time that he would go take a cash order, he would take one of the 25% coupons out of his glove box and say that, yeah, I handed these out obviously at the park, and one of the guys ordered and gave me the coupon. So I'm going to need to take 25% off of that ticket.
Solid idea.
Oh, wait, did I say me, or did I say that it was somebody else the whole time?
No, you said someone else. Was it
okay,
you?
Well, no, it wasn't me.
I mean, you did work at a pizza place.
I didn't, no. But, yeah, I heard that he did that, and that's a pretty good hustle.
Was it, should I say the name of the pizza place?
No, because it wasn't the place that you're thinking of.
It's not the place that I'm thinking of?
He worked at a lot of pizza places, and this was many pizza places before that.
Right.
But, so we are looking for a villain. We got a villain.
Yeah, Mike Wojcinski.
It's Mike Wojcinski. This is not a threat. This is not any sort of defamation of your character.
Please don't send any more
We don't know anything about you. We don't know what kind of person you are.
We probably shouldn't have even said his
we
name.
Said that
he's already prone to sending out suits when we were saying positive things about his company.
Yeah.
Now we're making it personal.
But all we said is that he looks shady. He looks like he would play a villain.
He looks like Gary Sinise, who's played a lot of villains.
Like Gary Sinise. And we said in a movie.
He also played Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan wasn't a villain.
To say that he would play a villain in a movie doesn't mean that he's a bad guy. That means he's a good actor, right? Can we agree?
Gary Sinise, I mean, he had like a
solid stretch,
career, yeah.
So that's our search for our new villain is done. So Matt is, safe for now. No, carefree.
Oh, Matt, yeah.
Because he was on the list, and he was the guy that we were kicking around for the top contender.
It would be a lot easier to like wage war on him.
Yeah, because he doesn't have a legal team.
And again, Michael, we're not physically going to wage any sort of war on you.
No war, no threat, none of that. This is
it's a hypothetical
It's a battle of the minds and wits.
And again, no sort of no battles will actually play out.
No,
it's figuratively speaking.
Yeah, but pivoting away from this touchy subject, because all of this was not a threat. Read our disclaimer. We do have a disclaimer before the show, so read that. And something that is physical, that is a threat.
Oh, this clown's the president and CEO.
Oh, dang.
How do you get to become president and CEO?
This seems like weird, right? This seems fishy. We don't know what he did.
He's consolidating power is what he's doing.
That's a monopoly.
Because, I wonder what happened to the last president. We're not implying anything.
Yeah, okay? Not at all.
We're asking questions. You're allowed to do that, right?
Yeah, you're allowed to ask questions.
I mean, even if they're leading questions that kind of, direct you to believe a certain thing, you're still allowed to ask those questions, right?
Plus, we are potentially shareholders, so we could be partial owners of Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
That's
who this clown answers to, is the shareholders. Well, maybe we'll hold some shares.
Mm-hmm. So, moving on to probably the biggest story of the week, the slap heard around the world, which is the slap is Amber Heard slapping Johnny Depp, and the Heard is spelled like Amber Heard.
Oh, yeah.
Which is also spelled like the regular Heard. So it's not, you don't change it.
You know, the media got lucky with her last name. I feel like there's a lot of, you know, room for puns and just misspellings. And,
Yeah.
you know, there's a lot of fun you can have with like a word like herd or
Plus, because like the whole Will Smith, Chris Rock thing was literally called the slap herd around the world. So that word is like trending probably more than it ever has been. So they just kind of threw a new herd in there, new version of herd. And a lot of people heard the Amber Turd thing.
There's Amber Turd. You could go Amber Bird.
Amber Bird.
Imply that she's some sort of bird-like woman.
You could say Amber Gerd and say that she has like an indigestion problem
Amber
or something.
Word. You can kind of like just, you know, do it's
any
almost
word?
like a, you know, Inception level writing right there because
I like that.
Amber Word.
Word. Yeah.
You're changing the words around.
Mm-hmm. And you could really put any word in word. That's just like a name, like a filler. Like where it says custom text, like on
there's a lot
thing.
you can do there, but anyways, that's not the big story. The big story is that, and I didn't even know about this until you explained it to me. So he's been battered and abused by this woman. This is his former wife.
Yes,
and they got a divorce, and she got a big settlement, and she went around crying wolf, saying he beat her.
Yeah.
But it was, from my understanding, it was physically proven that he was, you know, the victim.
Okay, calm down.
Is that what's going on?
Yeah. But you're gonna run through all the talking points.
Oh, just blowing it all.
Yeah, you're burning it all. But yes, that's what happened. She went on this whole talking tour about like, how she's a victim of abuse and like the whole thing that it does to your psyche and all of this stuff.
You know, Johnny Depp's like America's sweetheart, and she sullied his good reputation, or his once good reputation. And I think you could tell just by looking at the two that you know, she's the bully of the pair. Like Johnny Depp is a petite, short little man, which I guess I didn't realize until I saw him in scale with, like, you know, the courtroom. And yeah, they definitely make Johnny Depp look a lot bigger in the movies. I think there's probably like a whole department of people they're tasked with that.
Yeah.
But when you're in the courtroom, that's the real you. And Johnny Depp, again, he's very small. And this woman just appears to, you know, have a couple.
And she looks like she could be tall too. She looks like she could be like 6 foot.
Yeah, she's. I mean, she's a tough looking woman, like maybe some sort of MMA training, or, you know, like get like a Misha Hurd, Ronda Rousey type vibe from her. And he just looks, you know, I mean, the man's clearly battling drug addiction, and he just looks kind of unfit to defend himself against really anybody. So you gotta assume that he's
weak and brittle.
Yep.
So, she went on this whole, you know, talking point and interviews about her being battered. And then, this British newspaper, printed a headline.
They love to do that in England too. They're very exploitive with their tabloids.
They printed a headline that said, that called Johnny Depp a wife beater. So he sued in British court and lost that lawsuit.
I feel like they're allowed to say anything in England in those tabloids.
Yeah, the freedom of press is different there, I think.
Unless it's about the Queen? No. Yeah, because they can't say anything about the Queen, but they could talk bad about like the marriage, you know, like Princess Diana.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't say anything about the prince, like Prince Charles or whatever.
But they could talk shit on, or like Meghan Markle or whatever.
Yeah, and now like Prince Harry, now he's no longer in the royal family. He's fair game, but I feel But yeah, fuck England.
So so they printed this shit, and he said, "I'm suing," and they said, "Deal with it." And then there was a bunch of text messages that were released about Johnny Depp saying a bunch of shit about her fucking her rotting corpse.
Yeah, it says, hopefully that cunt's rotting corpse is decomposing in the fucking trunk of a Honda Civic.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't play that ever out of context.
And then he also says, I will fuck her burnt corpse afterwards to make sure she is dead. There, I have one too, just in case if they take you out of context, they could take me out of context too. let's see.
His daughter Lily Rose skipped this wedding.
Said, no
she
thanks.
Sniffed out that cunt, or no.
Whoa.
That Well, the previous quote had referred to her as a cunt, and I just was being lazy with my word choosing.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's not an actual. I mean, maybe she is, but.
Well, I don't know, man. She is a pretty horrible person.
I mean, yeah, she lost all this, so does that mean I still probably shouldn't use that word to describe any woman?
Because there was a video that came out, well, it was audio of her saying to him, she was all like, why don't you, Johnny Depp, a man,
Did she phrase it like that?
Just like that. You, Johnny Depp, a man, tell the world that you were beat by a woman in a fair fight.
I mean, he got lucky that she
say how many people believe you.
He got lucky that she went all out with you saying
explaining it,
Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
really. I mean, she probably did more than she needed to.
Yeah, it's like when you try to get someone to like when you have to have them say
I need
purchase
you to say
marijuana with money.
Yeah, and get their name on it. Also,
I need you to say all the right stuff. So he was actually the one, got abused. It turned into this whole thing with the turd because allegedly she had pooped in the bed.
She's a bed pooper, yeah.
Or something like that.
And I mean, that's not necessarily any reason to beat a woman or a man. But
being a bed pooper, you can't control that. You literally can't control it. This was a funny picture that came out.
Picture looks very staged. You got a full glass of whiskey, so a drink has been taken off that.
Yeah,
and then just the way everything is framed, parallel, kind of. It just looks like a very staged photo, including the burned CD on top of a bag. I don't know. That just looks like.
Yeah,
like someone staged that photo to send to an English tabloid specifically.
Yeah, because this says Depp branded pill box, but how do you know that pills are in there? You could put anything in there. And this ID is also upside down, so we don't know whose that is.
Nobody listens to Keith Richards, and then nobody listens to Burn CDs.
I guess that's supposed to mean because him and Keith Richards are tight. So Keith Richards, it's a CD that only Johnny Depp or someone close to Keith Richards would have.
How old is Keith Richards?
Computer. How old is Keith Richards?
Keith Richards is 78 years old.
He's old.
He's a very old man.
But, this is also says 2013. So it was 10 years ago. And in this picture of all these turkey bags of weed, you notice this is Johnny Depp's coffee cup.
Yeah.
Why is that on the couch? That would never be on the couch.
And you notice the brand of wine on the previous photo? Look. You see a pattern here? Oh no, that's not a bottle of wine. That's the same.
Yeah, that's the same cup.
Same very coffee cup.
Yeah, the exact same coffee cup. And there's no coffee cup in this one, but this is her trying to prove that, and then put out a picture of him all asleep with ice cream poured on him or some shit.
Yeah, so that's wild.
And it's just kind of been like a he said, she said. And then he started proving with all this wild shit. And I haven't seen the poop moment, but this is the poop moment, which I guess part, turned in the whole Amber Turd thing. Yeah. So, sorry about that. He
never really loses that whole whole pirate mystique, does he? He just kind of carries that from year to year.
And I was reading, and I suppose Miss Heard was down in her area taking off her makeup and changing into sleep clothes, whatever, and she entered the bedroom while I was laying on my side of the bed reading, and she was still rattling off all the wrongs I'd done to her in that particular day, and how unreliable I am. And
she she said one of the other things that she said in the audio recording was, I hope that your son's stepdad teaches him how to be a man because you can't do it. And then while she was beating him.
Verbally, nothing.
It's very malicious.
She got out of bed. She walked around the bed. She came to my side. And again, you've got a person who is throwing multiple shots at your face.
Where does the
at
poop
your
come in?
head, at your neck,
Yeah.
at anything she could hit.
Okay, so he was punching her?
So she just did kind of like a monkey thing where she shit in her hand
I
and
got
threw
up
it at
out of
him.
bed. I grabbed her by the shoulders.
Oh,
That's physical abuse.
Sat her down on the bed.
No, you can't just grab
No.
someone and sit them down.
you can't.
And that's I highly doubt
And
you.
I said, I'm leaving. And she
It's a serial abuser.
squared off at me in the doorway of our bedroom.
Hashtag believe all women.
Leave me alone.
Where's the
many,
poop?
many bands and out in the desert. She and her friends were going to Coachella for the weekend. And,
I feel like he's just dragging it out now.
21st.
And why was that?
Was this like the director's cut of it or what?
I had received some news,
Just want to hear him say poop.
and then I was shown a picture of what the problem was. I had gone to Mr. Bett and said, she's at Coachella. I think it's a good time to go downtown so that I can get some of my things,
Okay.
As being relayed to him by Mr. Bett.
It was a photograph of the bed, our bed.
Here it comes.
And on my side of the bed, was human fecal matter.
Fecal matter.
So I understood why
That's like
it wasn't a good time to go down there.
There's far better
My initial
words for
response to that was
excrement,
Yeah, right? Fecal matter.
poop,
What a
doo-doo,
dirty way to say that.
Yes.
caca. So many. Shit.
that I could only laugh.
He could only laugh. So yeah, I guess she pooped in his bed, and then that all kind of got overshadowed. That overshadowed the fact that he was being abused, and everybody kind of forgot for a while.
I don't doubt that like she did all that shit, but I feel like he probably did just as bad as shit. And they're both probably like horrible people.
I think that I believe him when he said that.
I mean, he just looks like such a cocky fucking like self-righteous prick. Like, honestly, to me, I've never really liked that guy. He's short. He's just a little fellow. Like him, he's got a very Wititsky vibe to him. You know what I mean? Like, granted, Wititsky looks more like Sinise, but they both got this kind of elitist Hollywood, like pseudo elitist because they're not. And it just, just a real. I just don't like the aura they put out into the world.
Yeah. He definitely is a shitty guy. And I mean, I think that he would agree that he definitely, when he was like on drugs, was an even shittier guy. And he's a shitty guy regular, like sober. So imagine on drugs, like it was probably pretty bad.
Yeah, Johnny Depp too.
But besides that time that he grabbed her by the shoulders and sat her down on the bed, which is full abuse.
That's the only time
abuse.
it ever got physical.
That's the only time it ever got physical. He only abused her once. And it was like fighting back, you know what I mean? So
no, he was just sitting her down for a chit chat.
yeah. And so he said that he never physically struck her or any woman. And he had countless evidence of her doing it, but she had none of him doing
I
it.
feel like he's probably not going to do much damage because he's probably got just like
He's a little guy,
yeah,
like you said.
his arms are like my,
Yeah. It's like when you go to like someone's house and there's a kid,
like an unruly child,
like
just
a kid
beating
swinging
you
on,
and, like
yeah.
hitting you in the legs, and maybe it gives you like a sore leg, but it's like
it's not going to show any
physically
marks
can't,
or anything.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That probably is what happens.
Just a petite man.
So, he won his case, and now she has to prove, because she got a bunch of money in the divorce.
She got a settlement, no prenup or something.
And then she had to pay money back to him from that settlement. And she said, well, I donated it to a charity. I don't have it.
Yeah.
So now the court said that she has to prove that she donated it to the charity.
And what if she can't prove?
Then she has to pay it.
Well, if she doesn't have it,
then she just
she
owes it.
Jail, or does she like become property of Depp again?
I don't know. Cause it's like, what happens if you get sued and you don't have the money and you don't have any assets? They probably just take all her assets.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
And then she turns into a regular person where you have like a 9-to-5 job and you get an apartment.
All right. So, I mean,
you know,
kind of just like a normal life.
Yeah, it's normal. You just rent. You just become a renter.
Gotcha.
So, she'll be fine.
Yeah. She's going to land on her feet.
But, I'm glad that he won. And he said in the beginning, he was like, once you get accused of something like this as a guy, like you don't really get that off of that's like on you forever, even if you get proven to be innocent later. But I'm glad that he did get that innocent proving. And I think it's a big win for men, for incels,
men's rights,
rights activists,
men power, even
men power. I think that men have had it rough, you know. White guys just had it super rough forever, and now it's time,
especially Hollywood actors,
for the incel rising of the Hollywood actors. We're not involved in that, by the way. That's not us.
No, I'm not a Hollywood actor or an incel. I just, like, I sympathize with Johnny Depp's position, I guess. Mm-hmm. Not really, but.
And also no threats to the Dollar Tree.
Steve Witiski or whatever your name is. Yeah. It's all, we're all
beef,
good,
dude.
bro.
You know, please don't send us any more letters.
This is a scripted, this is like a play.
Yeah.
You're watching a play. It's a teleplay.
And, also, we'd like to, before we go, we'd like to thank you guys for joining us. And, we'd also like to thank Jerry for everything that he does.
Jerry, where are you at? Jerry, thank you.
And, Free Candy did not show up today. He was supposed to be here virtually.
In the studio audience?
In the studio Oculus. Didn't do it. I don't even know if he got Oculus.
That's unfortunate. And, I hope nothing's happened to him on those icy ice trucker. That's what I picture is like ice road truckers of him just like listening to us say something absurd.
Yeah.
And he's just like going down these icy turning roads. And like maybe one time, like I make him laugh too hard. And
me too.
I'm not going to say what happens.
Well, I will put you at ease with the fact that he no longer drives trucks.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So that's something that, cause I was like, he's a truck driver. And then he finally,
we just had that wrong.
He finally corrected me.
What are you talking about?
Like,
I'm not a fucking trucker.
He was
I
like,
work in an office,
to
dude.
drive a truck and now I don't.
And he's like, like not even that type of truck probably. He probably just like drove like a pickup truck.
It was like a pickup truck.
AutoZone or something. He's
yeah.
Like, dude.
He just delivered parts for Napa. So,
they probably don't have those in Canada. It's probably something different.
It's called Napa. Or is that like, I'm doing like a back east kind of thing.
Wasn't there something going on with Canada? Let us know what's going on with Canada.
The truckers convoy?
Yeah, like let us. Oh, man. I was going to ask, like, are you part of the trucker convoy up in Canada? But you're not a trucker anymore, so
Fuck,
you really
wish
can't.
He was well, I think when you're a trucker, you're always a trucker.
That's true.
So I think he could always just
like the CB radio.
He can like commandeer a truck, like how a cop can like take your car if he's in an active investigation.
Yeah.
He could just take anybody's truck,
commandeer it,
and then go join the convoy. So maybe he did that.
Well, if you do decide to do that, or you have done that, we'd love a field report. So feel free to reach out and hit us up. And anybody else that's listening to this also, like if you want to go up to Canada and get your nose involved in that, like we'd appreciate.
Yeah. And
it's probably not even a thing anymore. It's probably
Canada?
months ago. No, the trucker convey.
Oh yeah.
I imagine it's like 2 months old.
It could start up again though.
Yeah, go start another one or any sort of convoy.
Start
I'm
a new convoy.
with, like, trucker convoys.
Any convoy,
I mean,
really. I was thinking about kayak convoy. Just because
just
it's
pull
like
up to like a bay and just overwhelm them with kayaks.
Yeah.
Like block a bunch of boats.
Yeah. And, imported goods and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think a giant container ship would stop for 50 kayakers
I don't think it would spot you.
in a string? Well, kayaks are usually bright.
But I feel like giant container ships can't be moving very fast, right? They gotta be just like kind of like.
But they also can't stop really quick either.
But still, like, yeah, I guess this massive thing, it would probably just like push you with it, though. You probably just like get like pushed forward by this.
Especially coming in the bay like that.
Yeah,
you're right. It could be enough to suck you under. You never know.
Probably, yeah.
Because of like the weird currents of the ocean.
Yeah,
and like
if you've ever been like taken down by a giant cargo ship, like let us know what that's like.
Yeah, and if you are in Canada or if you're traveling to Canada and would like to join or create a truckers convoy,
be safe out there. There's a lot of danger. Just be safe.
That's anywhere. That's not just in Canada. Be safe everywhere.
Out there, yeah.
If you're anywhere, be safe,
Like and subscribe, leave comments.
Yeah,
I mean, we're just asking a bunch of stuff right now. We might as well
and go by the Dollar Tree and let them know that we sent you.
Yeah.
And you get
No, we didn't send you.
Oh wait, no,
we didn't send you.
No,
they came on your own free will.
I started doing an ad.
You just
on
let
accident.
them know that you've had enough of their litigation.
You want it to be $1 again. That's it.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
That's all.
Just
we'll leave it at that. You want it to be $1 again.
You want your dollar
just
prices back.
That's it. You just want it to be $1. And we'll see you next week.
Natural Habitat Recordings.